Hey, welcome back to Vince's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a vegetable soup with some chicken stock and some noodles. Just sit right back and enjoy the video. Okay, so let's get into this thing. So this is the noodle soup with some chicken stock and veggies. Essentially the ingredients that I'm going to be using is some no salt seasoning from one of the big warehouse stores. I'm going to throw in a touch of oregano. I'm also going to be using this bouillon. I'm not affiliated with these guys, but I don't get any money from these guys, but it's a good tasting bouillon. Of course, if you don't have that, you can always use the go-to favorite Knox brand for bouillon. Just make sure that you record it and make sure that make sure that you add the appropriate amounts of water, a little bit olive oil, about 2 tablespoons of butter. Gonna use 3 cloves of garlic, a little bit of lime for zing, some chicken stock. Again, this is just from one of the big name stores. And then for the noodles, I'm just going to use good old-fashioned elbow pasta. And then for protein, I'm going to add a little bit of the grilled pork that I had, and then I'm going to add some bay leaves for flavor, including the mi-pois that we basically the celery, the onions, and the carrots. I hope I'm saying that right. Obviously, leave some comments and make sure that we're dialed in. So enough of the chit chat. Let's just get right to it. Okay, so getting into it, I'm gonna go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of butter, give or take. I'm gonna set the burner on medium low. Now I'm using an electric burner, so I'm going to put that for 3, but probably around medium low. You just want the pan, roughly about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You just want the pan to heat up. The olive oil helps prevent the butter from burning, so it's just but who can go wrong with butter? Come on, seriously. Okay, so I got 2 tablespoons of butter and olive oil heating up on the grill or on the burner. Just want to get that going because in a few minutes we're gonna throw in the mi-pois, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook the mi-pois. God, I hope I'm saying that right. So leave your comments and make sure that I got the right verbiage. But essentially it's the onions, the carrots, and the celery. So as this is heating up, I'm going to go ahead and dump the mix directly into the bowl. And we're going to get that going to the point where the onions are going to become translucent. So give me a few minutes, let me stir this up, and then I'll come right back. All right, so the mi-pois is starting to sizzle a little bit. All the flavors are starting to come together. So I know I mentioned no salt seasoning in the beginning of the video. However, I am going to be adding a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. So just grab this. I'm just using some sea salt, a couple spins of the salt, a couple spins of the black pepper. All right, get that going in there. Give it a good stir. And the onions are quickly starting to get nice and translucent. So we'll give that another minute or 2 and I'll be right back. All right, so I've had to turn on the fan. We have the mirepoix and the onions pretty translucent. It's about the time where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some garlic. Go ahead and get that garlic in there. I'm going to go ahead and add the bay leaves now. Get the bay leaves in there. Give that a good stir. And I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle in some oregano, roughly about a tablespoon. And I'm also going to sprinkle in some of the no salt seasoning. Essentially, it's got dehydrated celery and carrots and all the good stuff that's in there, just adding a little bit more robustness to the flavor. Oh man, you can really smell the garlic. I know this is a tired old joke, but smell-o-vision would be amazing right about now. So we're going to go ahead and pop that in there. Let's see. Now I'm going to add the chicken stock. Get that chicken stock going. And I'm going to add the 4 cups of water. Give that a good stir. Get all those flavors going. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 heaping tablespoons of the bouillon. Get that in there. And then we're going to bring this up to a boil. Okay, so now we've got the water boiling. Just to accommodate I do got to mention that to accommodate the noodles, I went ahead and added an additional 4 cups of water, some salt, and roughly about a teaspoon of salt, 4 cups of water, and 2 more heaping tablespoons of the bouillon. So at this point in time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the heat and get the soup to simmer for about 45 minutes, just to get that flavor just soaking in and just to bring it in the scrumptiousness of this meal. So I'll be back in about 45 minutes. All right, so we've been simmering for roughly about 35 minutes or so, and I'm going to go ahead and give this a good stir. And this is about the time where I'm going to add the pasta in. So I'm going to go with now this is a pound of pasta that I have, so I'm going to go with probably about a 1/4 pound. A little bit more. And then I'm going to bring this back up to a boil, and we are going to boil the pasta for approximately 7 minutes for al dente. So let's give that a good stir. Bring the pot back up to a boil, and in about 7 to 8 minutes we are going to go ahead and add the protein and the lime for a little bit of zest, so that we can get that flavor out. Now, the protein that I'm going to be adding is some grilled pork that I grilled up the other night. It's got flavor to it as well, but we don't necessarily need to have it cook or boil any longer because, once again, it's already cooked. So all we're doing is just reheating it. So I'll be back in about 8 minutes, and we'll go ahead and add the protein and the lime. One thing I did forget to mention regarding the pasta was I lowered the heat a little bit, and I stirred occasionally just to keep the pasta from getting together. We still got a few more minutes. You saw I added the protein. I apologize about the audio. I forgot to turn my mic on. Still kind of new to this, but you know what? We're doing it live. Well, at least when I'm doing it. And then we'll go ahead and add the lime. Get that lime in there. Get those juices going. Get some of that acidity going. Give it a nice stir. And we'll let it cook up for about 5 more minutes. So see you then. Okay, now you can totally smell, you know, the pork. You can smell the soup. Everything is just the grilledness of the pork. You can actually smell it in the pasta. Now I've gone ahead and turned the heat off, and I'm going to go ahead and ladle it up. Now I'm unable to move the pot, so I'm just going to go ahead and ladle it up and then move the pot afterwards. But this soup is pretty much done. Look at all that yummy goodness. So we'll go ahead and ladle that up. Try to get it in shot. All right, let's get some of those beautiful juices going. And now a taste. Now I've got to be careful because it's going to be burn your face off hot. Let me just get that off the hot stove. Oh, look at that. That just looks amazing. You can go ahead and pick the bay leaves out. All right, let's give it a shot here. See what happens. Oh, that's a home run. Anyways, something pretty darn quick. I mean, it takes about an hour, hour and a half, but you can freeze whatever's left over. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in just a sec. Hey, thanks for watching my video today. Truly appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and definitely leave your comments down below. As always, thanks for coming to my party. Love you, mean it.